Good evening all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, the 21st of November, 2024, about 6:25 p.m. Central Time. And today's trade early on was all about NVIDIA. And that was the key in the market. Everybody was talking NVIDIA. It was down 1-2%, not cracking at all. And it ended up closing higher on the day, as it turns out. It certainly helped the stock indices. While they're down tonight, they all had a pretty good day to the upside today. And yes, you know, I've done that special report that is off the website, and I am bullish. I still think this week is a very, very important week to the bull side of the market. The dollar continues to rally. Two things have been going on, and they're clear. You've got the risk-on trade in the stock market. The market there is also seeing company upon company doing a lot of beating of third quarter projections. That's pretty good. Second thing, the dollar's reigning supreme. As for everything else, the grains aren't going anywhere. Meat markets, they've got a bit of a bid, but not a powerful one, I will say that. The soft markets, interestingly, coffee has gotten some life to it. Today, the orange juice jumped. Big cold weather, maybe another hurricane coming. Who the heck knows? You got all that going on, and you're getting some short covering in the cotton market. But overall, I think it's about bullish there, and I still think the bull market and the stock market is right in front of you. So when we take a look at the S&P, and maybe we should look at the news for tomorrow before we do that. Let's do that. We got the S&P Global Group. They're going to release their preliminary November manufacturing and service sector PMIs, and we get the final University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Indices. Neither are major moving events. 30-year mortgages came out at the end of the day, and it looks like they're about 6.84%. And while we saw some numbers up today on the housing index, I just question. Those numbers are from when interest rates were lower. They were, I think, September numbers, October numbers. They're certainly not current numbers. So I'm just wondering where you're at in that. First big snowfall in Chicago. We had 4 inches hit the city. So that's good. Now it's warming up so much it should all be gone by the morning because the weather's going to be approaching now the high 40s again. So had our first taste of it, and we had some good weather, as you know, hitting the Northwest, putting out fires. They've got to get the land there a little wetter, and the same out east. All right. So as we look at the S&P, we're up 1.2% for the week. Still, the market within striking distance of all-time highs. The market hasn't moved out of this all week, but the break in the market has been contained for the moment. The pattern is still one of a lower low and a higher high. The pattern held the 18-week average of closes. If it moves up, the next target could be the 61,000 level, which is where the Bollinger Band top is. When you look at momentum, the market is overbought. So that's a problem. I don't know if new money will deploy itself in that market the same way. Where you're not overbought is the mini NASDAQ. And if you looked at the QQQ today, it was, at least to me, a market that I thought the pros were going to buy on, and that it did hold up well. Now, it too is battling in the futures. The futures markets have not thrown out the pattern yet of higher lows, higher highs. They are staying over the 18-day average. They're acting bullish. They haven't been able to get under the early lows of this week. That is friendly. We will see if this all holds together. In the Dow, bullish, period. Higher lows, higher highs, market coming up. It's again gotten itself overbought. So I don't know that these markets are ready to run dramatically to the upside, but it certainly looks like the correction may have run itself ragged. And the same can be said of the Russell. None of them have higher lows, higher highs, but all are trading over the 18-day average, and they've done a very good job of finding their support at that. In the bonds and notes, we are still in the bear camp. The market is corrected in oversold condition. You still have lower highs, but you have higher lows. Now the key is to start getting through these lows. So I'm going to say that if the market can get underneath today, Thursday's low in the market, and that number was at 109.14 and a half. If you can clear that, you might be able to get into this 109 area before it's all done. And the same thing holding true in the 5-year. The problem is they're not throwing out signals yet that they want to turn around to the upside. In the dollar index, as long as you have the embedded reading, I'm friendly, thinking the market's bought on the brakes and you're still looking for the upper Bollinger Band. The flip-flop, actually I'm getting more bearish the euro down here. The market had its bounce, couldn't hold, it's really re-embedded past tense. It could be reaching down for the 104 level now. British pound could be going to the 125 level at this point. These markets are starting to let go to the downside even more. Bitcoin has $100,000 written all over it. It's getting all the press. What days it going to hit it? Blah, blah, blah. It's staying embedded. It's strong. And Gensler today, the SEC chair, turned in his resignation for January 20th. You can count that President Trump welcomes it, President-elect Trump, and he will appoint somebody that likes cryptos and more open to the methodology that the president has in mind for the stock markets. Also, Matt Gaetz resigned today his nomination. In other words, he thanked the president, pull me out of the race. Pam Bondi, who is the ex-attorney general of the state of Florida, and was one of his defense attorneys when his first impeachment trial took place, is now rumored to be on social media the strong choice that he's going to go with. All right. I don't think she'll carry the baggage with her that Gaetz carried. So we'll see what happens. By the way, that leaves the gentleman to run the Pentagon. Will he make it through it? I don't know. You know, there's a few of them that I think that we're all happy Gaetz didn't become Attorney General. Doesn't mean he won't get another position somewhere, but I didn't think that was the right job. Higher lows, higher highs. We'll see what happens here. By the way, he's not going to get a position right away. I seriously doubt that he'll get any cabinet level right away. Trump paid back the political favor. So now he doesn't throw them away, but he doesn't have to go back into the lion's den so fast. In the WTI crude, lower low, higher high. Market still acts like it wants to rally a bit here. I was reading today how Kuwait thinks that you've got to actually produce more oil. They don't see the oil demand slipping the way the IEA does in any manner. They're spending $30 billion to create more production ability, and as OPEC allows them to do so, they have the capability to do it. Higher lows, higher highs here. Nat gas, first cold spell, winter, snow on the ground, you normally get your first rally. Then we'll see if the market holds up. So you put it all together, it's an interesting time. There's a lot to be done, all right? I know that whether it's ETFs that you trade, stocks, or the futures, the recommendations now are coming hot and heavy. I believe that we will get that Santa Claus rally right into the end of the year. I think that you have to be selective in what you choose, but I think it is coming. I talk about it, entry and exit points, where to go in, where to come out. Give it a try. All you need to do is go to our website under the word research. It's all there for you. We keep adding goodies to it. Tomorrow and maybe this weekend I'll be talking about a new feature we're having that we're putting in. And I'm about to launch a service that when you lose a certain type of momentum, the embedded reading, is there a trade to be made from that? So that's coming all at you. So I think you want to get involved in what we do and give it a try. IraEpstein.com. Go to the word research. It's all there for you to do. I'm Ira. Have a great evening. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.